Welcome back, guys, to our Let's Play of This is the Police for Xbox One. We are on day 7 right now, so we're going to go ahead and jump back into the storyline.
The people of Freeburg have built up a tolerance for the petty horrors of modern life. You'll never see crowds gathering around a beaten passerby. Folks rarely even slow to gawk at a car accident. And street theft doesn't turn heads anymore. Been a long time since people got worked up about stuff like that. So when I ran into a troubled crowd on the way to work, I knew there was something serious going on. Something bad enough to knock these people out of their daily rhythm. And we're talking about people who would step over a corpse if it was blocking the door to the coffee shop. But apparently all it takes is a bunch of leaflets, or spreading broken glass across Main Street, or releasing a couple of hundred rats in the ice arena. The mysterious figure taking responsibility for these strange acts goes by the alias Robespierre. Nobody knows who he is, what he wants, or what all this adds up to, from the buckets of lard spread on the sidewalk to the front door of City Hall covered with ostrich feathers. But this strange cross between childhood pranks and cheap theatrics has got the people all worked up. Everyone understands when some Freeburg crook satisfies the basic human need to rob and kill. But when someone steals a lion from the local zoo and locks him in a cell below the courthouse, the people start asking questions. Myself, I kinda like this Robespierre. It's not just the pranks he's pulling or his green bull's head emblem. I just like his funny nickname. Robespierre? Really? Who does that make me? The Marquis de Lantenac? I don't think so. In the old books about revolutions, I fancy myself the old gunner who goes off to war with a bag of damp powder. Or maybe the innkeeper who tops up the beer kegs with mop water. It's something to think about.
Martin Stett is your new deputy. Still didn't come into work today. I just hired her. Look at this guy's morale. What a doofus. Whatever. Really? No. No. Any other excuses? Okay, here we go. We're gonna fire that girl. She just started. She's already missing days. Fuck out of here. Police station. It's her, right? Go ahead and hire someone new now. Some new blood. Gotta wait 3 more days. Okay. Wait for the calls to come in. There we go. A shoe store clerk reports that 2 teenagers found the most expensive sneakers on display, tried them on, and then, without paying, ran out of the shop wearing the new shoes. Go get them. We're continuing the theme from the previous episode as well, ignoring all the mafia requests. So we'll see what happens with that. How much it plays into the storyline. Got him. Alright, what is this one? A man returned from work earlier than usual and found his young wife in bed with her lover. The maid called the police when she saw the husband taking a hunting rifle from the wall cabinet. Oh, shit. Send them all. These guys are about to have their cooldown, so we can use them for any other calls. Hopefully, since I sent four, they could handle that call quickly too. We still have SWAT. Today in Freeburg, we're hosting the premiere of Back to the Future. The film's distributors have asked the city for an officer to stand at the door and ensure that visitors don't bring their handheld cameras into the theater. Nope. We didn't have anyone to put there, so what do they want us to do? What's the Sands? Oh, that's them. The Mafia will falsify a special crime in progress. Investigation trap. Nah. Where's that one guy? He sucks. Can I fire him for being too old? I can. Does that mean? They suck. They keep calling into work all the time. This guy too. He's always drunk. He's an animal. This guy's a piece of shit too. Trimming the fat. Alright, let's hire some new people. Younger people. Shift A. Shift B. We do need a new detective as well, so let's hire this guy. And we'll bring you on as well. Okay, let's wait for some more calls. Really? I sent 4 and he got away? Are you kidding me? Maybe because I fired him while he was on call. A young father, deprived of his parental rights, tried to pick up his daughter from school. When he wasn't allowed access, he attacked a teacher, knocked her to the ground, and started kicking her. Jeez, dude. It's not that serious. Let's wait for another one of our officers to have their cooldown, and we'll send 3. Oh, jeez. Mr. Boyd, I have a very sensitive issue with our mutual friend, Charles Dilly. He said you could help me with... Okay, what does this say? As you already know, I own the largest music store in Freeburg. Recently, my ex-wife got half my record collection in a lawsuit. There's a lot of rare records. My ex is very afraid of the police and always tries to act like a law-abiding citizen. If some of your guys went over there in uniform and told her those records were evidence in an important investigation, she'd just smile and give them whatever they asked for, not even check into the warrant. Alright, whatever. I'll send 1. That's all you're getting. We want 3? Fuck out of here. Should I do it? I'm not gonna have any people left for the other... What's it called? Calls if I do that.
210 in progress.
Yeah, see? We would have missed this one. A guard says that someone got into the expedition hall, scrawled pictures of penises on the artwork and hid in the closet. Okay, interesting. Oh no, it's still showing Roy's on the roster. I guess he's still on active till the end of the day.
412A.
Nope, we're gonna go bust him.
Looks like we have a situation.
All the lights are on when the police arrive. The museum caretaker explains that he's only had the job a couple weeks and he's worried he's going to get fired over this foolishness. The police calm him down and he points out the bathroom stall that the artist locked himself inside. A terrified and tearful young man holding a knife insists that he's engaged in some kind of performance art and that no one understands him. He refuses to surrender and is threatening to stab himself. Uh,
210. Complete.
really? What is this deputy stuff? Send your staff for training. Send employees to an informal. I guess that raises their morale. Hire a snitch. Pay an employee to gather information for you. Yeah, we can do that. Actually, we'll do this one. We'll send you. That mafia thing is about to happen, so we're gonna have to send some people to go get him. He said like 22. What did he say?
911.
I think that's
in
it.
progress.
We just received a call from the groundskeeper at a machine factory. He spotted 2 offenders stealing aluminum from a factory through a hole in the wall. Get 'em, boys. Three new frames, huh? Okay. So he walks out of his house. That one says a machine gun, so interesting. How do I get the clues? Oh well. Okay, let's see. There we go. I only heard a few muffled shots. Okay, so which one's right? He said a machine gun. He said a few muffled shots. I don't remember the car. The neighborhood was quiet. Never heard any shots. The police. Okay, so they said they didn't hear any shots, which means the silencer maybe was the weapon of choice. Let's go ahead and open that one again. Okay. Damn it, how do I go down? There we go. Probably that one, and him speeding off. Oh, we got him. I'm a genius. Oh no, we gotta wait for that one.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
That's our whole oh shit, I should have sent SWAT. Darn it. Jack, you must have seen the newspaper stories about Thomas Blaine, the retired cop who went schizophrenic and shot a pregnant woman. To ensure this tragedy doesn't repeat itself, we decided to conduct psychological testing for all the cops over 50 years of age. That includes you, Jack. Tomorrow morning, Dr. Eleonora Watersbury is waiting for you in her office. Don't be late. She must be on the next shift. Got him. Jack, we don't know why you did it, but we hope you've had a good reason. Don't forget who your friends are. We don't want any more trouble. End the day. Yeah, we gotta add some more people to shift A. It's kind of light. City Treasury doles out $90,000 for Mayor's birthday. Mysterious Robespierre announces political ambitions. 6 new restaurants to appear in city by year's end. Okay. Dr. Eleanor Watersbury. Mr. Boyd, this is a very simple test. I'll show you a card with an abstract image. You just look at them and tell me what you see. A blue alien raping a pig. Interesting. That's not what I see. A baby with spider legs. How many of these are there? Jeez. Shea Broom re-elected as Freeburg General Attorney. No black employees at City Hall. Mayor says accident. Major businessmen ready to invest in the future of the city. Oh, we can promote someone. Let's do this guy. Please be advised that we are unhappy with the efficiency of the Freeburg PD. We're cutting the department's budget. Really? A few months ago, an unregistered feminist organization appeared in Freeburg. Today, they are holding their first protest. As far as we know, the organization is backed by foreign sponsors, and their goal is to get their people into important positions in City Hall. The protest may escalate into something more serious, and we need to show them who's in charge. Use batons and tear gas, even firearms if necessary. Let's show them what intimidation looks like up close and personal. Dang, City Hall's gangsta. Wait a minute. Martin Steet. Jack, we have a problem. The chief prosecutor of Freeburg is a woman, and it seems she's on the side of the feminists. You might be walking into some serious legal problems. We better play it safe and fake some evidence to shield you from any possible prosecution. I don't have an option. I have to refuse. A dissatisfied client entered some law offices with a pistol, took several employees hostage, and demanded a meeting with the firm's partners. These shyster Jews took me for a ride. They sucked up all my money and my son still went to jail. Okay. We're going to wait on that one to see if we get any officers before the cooldown's done. Suppress the protest by force? Nee. Hurry up. Jack, we have something going down today at Rubino Casino at 12:40. We wouldn't want any policemen crashing the party. I think 8,000 should be enough for such a request. Are they here? Okay, good. Let's go ahead and send them. Doosh, doosh. A young woman set fire to the movie theater during a show and fled. Did you? Gotta wait till we have shift B before we can finish off that.
910B in progress.
This one. We need the lead detective. Okay. A dealer at the casino called the police after a man entered the place carrying a grenade. He threw a duffel bag on the floor and demanded that it be filled with money.
710A.
Maybe I'll just let that one go. Nope, we're sending our guys after it. We're sending them. I don't think they're going to be done in time. Let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, no. We don't have enough people anyway. Just be a waste of time.
910B complete.
Damn. Mr. Boyd, today we're installing a new slot machine called Super Magdalene 3. The last time we put in a new one of the bigger kids almost broke it the first day. It would be great if you could send us a couple of your men to keep the kids under control. I guess. A pregnant girl called in to report on a suspicious gynecologist who she met in reception. The doctor was behaving very strangely and attempted to persuade the girl to have an abortion, although she was already 5 months pregnant. Through streaming tears, she explained the doctor said that for only $10,000 he would save me from the parasite inside his body, inside her body. Okay, interesting. Go find that person. Go better yourself, man. Housewife Takara Montez often complains to the police about her neighbors. They're constantly making a racket and often get into fights, always refusing to discuss things with their neighbors. She's called the police again today after hearing loud bangs in the apartment along with loud screams. According to her, about 6 or 7 people live in there. So we need a couple police. Go get them.
Looks like we have a situation here.
The doctor spots the police, grabs a scalpel, and boldly shouts, "Come on, I'll release your souls from this filthy world."
1210 complete.
Jack, you swore an oath to serve the city. If you can't keep your promises, we won't keep ours. Because I didn't use force? Jack, we're about to bring in a large shipment of alcohol, but we heard that our new partners like to play tough. We need a couple of your guys for insurance. Okay. Damn it, I should have refused. I'm already breaking my rule.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
The situation is more serious than we thought. Requesting reinforcements. Damn it, I just sent them. Retreat, guys.
10 complete. 611 in progress.
A call came in from a hotel occupant who was concerned about the cries of a woman in an adjoining room. Sounds to me like someone is being raped, said the frightened elderly woman. Nope, watch. They're gonna go and they'll be like, she was just having loud sex. False alarm. That one was easy. Arson. Let's go get her.
We've got a situation here.
The door to one of the rooms on the second floor is standing ajar, and though it can be seen a large man holding a crying girl by the neck, he's striking her in the face and shouting, "Shut up, you whore. I paid you. Now keep quiet." He's probably going to take her hostage. The girl managed to escape, but her pimp leaps from the man and another fight breaks out. Use pepper spray. The man shoves the pimp away and suddenly jumps out the window.
611 complete.
Got his ass. Got her. You were able to arrest all suspects. Good job, guys. No, it's our best guy. Damn it. See what we got going on today. We can finally do that port warehouse now because we have our detective. So let's go ahead and send you two and SWAT. Go get him. Keith Coleman is today a hero, having pulled a drowning Senator Wallace Green from the river. The municipality, on the senator's recommendation, has decided to reward the outstanding officer. The ceremony is scheduled for July 27th, and the event will be open to the press, as well as Mr. Green's family, who wish to personally thank the police. Make sure nothing unusual happens to this officer, so he will be able to attend the ceremony and receive his medal without complications. Okay. Let's request everything.
410A in progress.
An ice cream van struck a schoolboy. The ambulance arrived quickly, but the boy was declared dead on the scene. The nearby residents are enraged and demand justice from the driver of the van. He's currently holed up inside the ambulance while the paramedics tried to reason with the crowd. The situation is quickly spiraling out of control. Can only send one officer anyway, so send him. Got him. Jack, some black gangster hit one of our shops. It's too much for us to deal with right now. Can you help? Hell no.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
Situation is more serious than we thought. Requesting reinforcements. Get him. Probably should have waited for that cooldown. Then I could have sent the full group. Should be enough.
In progress. 410A complete.
An elderly man called the police station reporting that terrible screams have been coming from the sawmill for over an hour. The hell is going on? What's the guy got to do to get a little sleep around here? You'd better go check it out. Let's wait for those guys to respawn, and then we'll send the full group. Come on, come on. Mr. Boyd, I managed a large fleet of vehicles and wanted to organize a workshop for my new drivers. They have to learn how to behave on the road, so your patrolmen will never even look. Why can I read this right now? Will never even need to look twice at our cars. Please send three of your best officers. They'll ride all day with my people and explain the intricacies of traffic flow and police monitoring. I've heard about the problems your department faces, particularly particularly your obsolete fleet of police vehicles, so in return I'd be happy to donate a paddy wagon. I don't have the officer free right now. I can't help him.
910B in progress.
An emergency call was received from an all-night drugstore. An addict is attempting to gain unlawful entry. He violently threatened a female pharmacist, demanding she open the cabinets. We can only send 2 right now.
Officer on scene. Looks
The
like
sawmill is surrounded by a 9-foot fence, and the gates are locked from the inside. Shouts can be heard from within. A man is threatening a young boy with a circular saw. The man is screaming hysterically. Shoot him.
13 complete.
Got him.
410B in progress.
Go ahead and wait for the refresh and all those, and then we'll check that one out.
910B complete.
Oh, geez. That's not good.
412A in progress.
There's too many calls. There's not enough officers to do all this. What the fuck? Huh. Jeez.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
You guys got it.
410B complete.
Did they just kill all those officers? Wow. What am I doing? That was a rough shift. Damn, they denied everything. Hmm.
811 in progress.
Bill Buckler reports that two unidentified men snuck into his farm and set fire to the barn. As the call came in, the two criminals were attempting to gain entry into the house.
Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here. 811 complete. 911 in progress.
A drug addict attempted to hide an expensive bottle of liquor under his jacket. When he was caught, he began to throw a fit. Jack, one of our new guys, tried to rape our accountant. We locked him up in a hotel room, but he's threatening to hand the whole organization over to the police. I think it's time he talks to a police officer face to face. Nope.
911 complete.
Woman reports that she saw a skinhead attacking a dark-skinned valet, striking him around the legs, yelling, "I'll beat you till you're dead, freak. No shit, I'm gonna do it." She believes she saw a pistol sticking out of the skinhead's belt. Should send all four.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
410A in progress.
We're gonna miss this one because every single officer is on that call.
Complete. 412 910A in progress.
Eight-year-old Kevin is at home alone, hiding in his bed. Unknown persons are gathered outside the apartment door.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
In the D.
In my new role as corrupt official, I had to give up some of my favorite habits. I couldn't turn off my phone when my head ached. Couldn't sleep till noon on Saturday and let the rest of HQ take up the slack. No more days off to go fishing. But my weekly visit to the old Colony Club was more like tradition. One night a week, I absorbed cigar smoke, the vague smell of alcohol, the stench of urine, all mixed with toxic levels of old drunken belches. Same picture it was 30 years ago. Tradition's gotta be honored. And to stay faithful to the tradition, you've got to respect the standard rituals. When you're about to roll out of the club, you need to take a deep breath and count to 100. If your stomach doesn't do a backflip, you should be good to make it home. This time, I only got up to 60. I was interrupted.
Why? You look even better than you do on TV.
There's nothing more impolite than approaching people in the alley at the old Colony. This is the most private place in the city. All who enter here dirty their shoes with the most elite stream of vomit in Freeburg. This asphalt has been blessed by judges, lawyers, artists, businessmen, and all our politicians. Takes a lot of balls to crash the party. My head was a drunken haze, but I knew who he was. A cartoon gangster suit straight out of Dick Tracy. Fancy voice, fruit cologne, sassy strut. That's how the newspapers described Vikas Varga, rising star in Freeburg's criminal underworld. He appeared out of nowhere, and with the support of the local punks, Varga broke all the old rules of organized crime. He killed those who could not be killed, traded what could not be traded, and robbed those who could not be robbed. In just a single month, this man had gathered an incredible amount of power. He's been called everything from a clown to a madman to a criminal genius, and more often than not, he's called a low-class upstart short on ideas. But if Vargas was one of the old crime bosses, he'd have been cut into pieces and fed to the river. Look past this guy's arrogance, and there's something about him. The city is still deciding what to do with him. Meanwhile, he's burning down the houses of old city mobsters. Not the best time to talk, Mr. Varga.
Well, you know my name. I'm flattered, although not very surprised, to be honest. I might be a little short on manners. Like they say in your fair city, with the right manners, you can go anywhere. Well, I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay right here.
Even the criminal world needs manners, Mr. Varga. And one of them is this. Don't interfere with a drunken cop who's trying to take a shit and puke at the same time.
Oh, you exaggerate. But is Freeburg always so gentle with its officers? You've been a bit roughed up lately.
I see you already know Freeburg quite well, Mr. Varga.
Well, I love to learn and look around. But I do know that the inhabitants of this fair city should be friends, Jack. Maybe it's true I don't have the best manners. After all, it's only polite for friends to share their phone numbers. This city of yours moves so fast. I feel like I'm hooked on amphetamines all over again. You wake up in the morning full of ideas, and by nightfall, you've all had each other killed. So don't wait too long to call. I don't mind if you're drunk. It's all the more fun. I'll be stoned myself, most likely. Hell, I'm a little stoned right now. It's the only way to live in this place. I like your city, Jack. I'm here to stay.
If it weren't for the phone number written on my arm, I probably wouldn't have remembered the conversation in the morning. But there was no reason to worry. I'd be getting a reminder soon.
Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and call it here for episode 2. I'm sorry, I wanted to go a little bit longer, but I'm exhausted, as you can probably tell. So in episode 3, we'll pick up here on day 12 and see how far we can get. We're getting that much closer to day 21, which I think is, going to be kind of the end of the game. So we'll see. Check for episode 3 soon. Thank you. Goodbye.